what a card, guys. Am I right? But yeah. Welcome back to another Hoagie Boy MMA fight results. Yap Sesh, dude. Quillen Salkilld versus Mateus the Gamer Gamrot, dude. This card was sick, dude. This was actually a really great card. Way better than what was last week's card? I kind of forgot, dude. I got really bad memory, man. Let me see. I think it was way better than the Medic Rodriguez, even though it was full of KOs. I felt like that card was full of like kind of amateur type fighters, like level fighters. I feel like they got any kind of like what are they called? European fighters, I guess. Yeah, right. Yeah, that card was sick. That card was sick. Full of KOs, right? But I just felt the level of competition was really shit. I ain't gonna lie. But this time around, I felt like it was actually really good. We got to see some pretty sick finishes, some good technique, and a couple of wars, man. I ain't gonna lie. There's a couple of wars, and I really do believe that this card was way better than last week's. But yeah, dude. To start off, Gigi Canuto versus Carol Fora, dude. This was a war, man. Usually, I know I kind of shit on women's MMA fights, but this was actually really great. Great fight, dude. It could probably get fight of the night. I don't know what else could get it. Maybe I don't know. Maybe the Ty Miller fight, but he was kind of beating the brakes off Golf. The Steven Asplan, Guillermo Pat. That one was kind of a back and forth, but I don't think it was fight of the night worthy. Maybe the Manuel Souza versus Richie Miranda, but kind of same thing. Souza was kind of beating on Richie Miranda, dude. I actually think Gigi Canuto, Carol Fora was fight of the night. It was a really great striking battle with some good grappling, and yeah, dude. Carol Fora came out on top. Gigi Canuto came out coming off the tough television series. I think she just lost the semifinals. If I remember, I didn't really watch that one. Haven't been up to date on the tough television series, but Carol Fora, dude, she is pretty good on the feet, dude. She has really strong striking. She has pretty nice power for the strawweight division. You could tell that her punches were landing way more heavier than Gigi Canuto's. Gigi Canuto was, she wasn't doing too bad at the striking, but she was pretty pillow fisted. Obviously, she was gonna get this done on the ground, and she was almost got it done on the ground in the second round, if I believe. I think it was the second round, but I think she almost got her. I think she almost got her in the rear naked, if I remember. Here, let me see. Second round. Yeah, Canuto had her in the body triangle, and Fura was eating a couple of punches on the side of her head. But ultimately, it was first round, I think, Carol Fora, and then it was second round, Gina Canuto. I think it ultimately ended up being a unanimous decision. But, yeah, dude, this was a war, dude. Gigi Canuto did so good. I think, she's pretty young. She's only 23, I think. I think she's 23. She's relatively young. So I think she's going to be really great in this division, in the strawweight division. Just give her a bit more time, let her rest after this war. Carol Fora, on the other hand, I don't think she took as much damage. She had a couple marks on her face, but she was able to, do what she needed to do on the feet. Third round, she obviously took that one. And, yeah, just saw it, 3 rounds for Carol Fora, even though I think it was kind of 1-1. But, yeah, dude, this was a great fight. This is a war. The final decision does not define the actual fight. It was a really great fight. Total strikes, Carol Fora landed more. Significant strikes, Carol Fora landed more. Control was more on Gigi Canuto, like I said. She was going to get this done. It was going to be on the ground. She got 4 takedowns, submission attempts for Gigi Canuto. Rear naked choke, I think. But, yeah, great fight. Fight of the night. Give them 100K, man. 100K. Next on the roster, Juliana Juju Miller versus Ravina Oliveira. Not my greatest prediction. I thought I kind of just flipped the coin. I'll be honest. Ravina Oliveira is really, really bad at MMA. Juliana Miller looked way bigger than her. She's really lanky for the division. She's pretty big too. And yeah, dude, Rubina Oliveira was able to land some strikes on the feet in the beginning of the first round. It looked like she had more power than her, even though she was way smaller, coming up a division from Starweight. But ultimately, Juliana Miller, she was able to do her thing, dude. Get Ravina on the ground, and ultimately choked her out. Rear naked, I think. I kind of forgot. Yeah, it was a rear naked in the second round. Yeah, dude. Juliana Miller, nothing really to say about it. She just controlled her for a majority of the fight, took her down, did what she wanted, and got the rear naked. Good win for Juliana Miller, 6-4 now. Her record not looking too terrible now, but yeah, cut Rubina Oliveira. She's pretty bad. Yeah, I think she's gonna get cut. Next on the block, Maljan versus Gianni Vasquez. Finally, Maljan gets a finish, dude. Miles Johnson's kind of been a decision merchant, if I'm be honest. Wasn't doing too. I mean, he was. This fight was kind of back and forth for what it lasted. Hold on, let me look up his record on Tapology. Ah, man, I do not agree. Okay, there you go. Hold on. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Maljan. Let me see his record. But yeah, he lost. He was on a 3-fight losing streak against Daniel Marco, Gino Matsumoto, and Felipe Lima. If you didn't know, Rosa's bro pulled out of this fight, so Gianni Vasquez came in on really short notice. I think it was like 2 days short notice. If you didn't know, he did fight 2 fights ago in the UFC, but then they cut him because he didn't make weight. Now this time he did make weight, but then he ended up getting finished. Yeah, dude, Maljan needed this win, dude. He needed this win, and he needed to make it a finish, if I'm gonna be honest. Before his 3-fight losing streak, he only had decisions. Yeah, he only had one finish, and that was his, I think, 3rd fight? No, he's got 2 finishes. I kind of shitting on him, kind of. But he only had 2 finishes in the UFC against Kevin Navidad and Anderson Dos Santos. But then after that, he was kind of decision merchant. Yeah, dude. He was kind of mid. I thought he was kind of mid. I thought he would have lost to Rosas. But Gianni Vasquez came in short notice, like I said. He hurt Maljan. And he ultimately, I think he could have probably finished Maljan if he would have gone for the finish. But Maljan was able to land what did he land? Oh yeah, he was able to land a lunging left hook on the chin of Gianni Vasquez, and after Gianni Vasquez hit Maljan's on the, I think it was like on the dome, and Johnny was able to sit him down with the left hook, and then what is it? Just landed ground and pound. Yeah, dude, pretty good win for Maljan. I think Gianni Vasquez is not. I don't think he's terrible. I do think he's a little bit lower than mid, but yeah, dude, pretty good win. Win for Maljan, and keeps his he gets to stay in the UFC, I guess, right? But other than that, Maljan gets it done. Good for him. Good for him. Manuel Souza versus Richie Miranda. Hold on, let me see if you guys can see this. I feel like I'm too zoomed. Okay, there you go. It's good. Yeah, dude. Manuel Souza, Richie Miranda. This is a pretty sick fight. I ain't gonna lie. Total strikes for Richie Miranda, he's got 126 compared to Manuel Souza's 89. Significant strikes were more on Souza. Souza was landing way more leg kicks. You could see Miranda was kind of limping. Not limping too much. It wasn't too obvious, but you could just tell that he was hurting the legs. Manuel Souza was throwing a lot of leg kicks. Good control time for Richie Miranda on the ground. They were both 1-1 for takedowns. Richie Miranda tried to land more with 9 attempts, but only landed 1. Manuel Souza only goes 1 for 1. And no sub attempts for these guys. Yeah, this is ultimately it was kind of more of a striking battle, but it was kind of mixed up in the ground too as well. I think Richie Miranda had the second round in terms of more of the grappling. Let me see. I don't know. I think it might be confusing. But yeah, I guess the most obvious thing was Manel Souza. His punches looked way more explosive than Richie Miranda's. Richie Miranda's he was landing pretty good, but he just didn't really have the power. Manel Souza was throwing everything into his shots. He was going for the kill at every round. And I think he almost had him. And what was it? Second round, third round? I don't really remember. But yeah, dude, Manuel Souza was throwing way more strikes. Not way more, so way more effective strikes. You could tell. Every time he landed, it looked like he hurt Richie Miranda. And Manuel Souza, as much as he was throwing, he did not look tired. He kept on throwing for the full 3 rounds. This guy has Marab levels gas tanks. From what I've seen. But this dude does not get tired, dude, and he has pretty good power. I just think he's got to clean up his technique. But other than that, he looked pretty fucking good, dude. Manuel Souza's looking like a bright prospect for the lightweight division, and he called out Drew Dober. You know, Drew Dober, racially motivated Drew Dober, could be bad for Manuel Souza, guys. People forget, man. Drew Dober, man, any fighter with melatonin gets taken out, but yeah, dude, I think he beats Drew Dober. I really do. But other than that, Manuel Souza gets it done. Unanimous decision. Pretty good ass whooping he put on Richie Miranda. Next up, Louis Sunderland versus Jose Montana. I didn't get to see this fight. I'm gonna lie, but I did choose Jose Luis, I think. And yeah, Luis just landed. What did he land? Luis. Okay, so Luis got an elbow on the top of us, the piggy, and then he tripped takedown him, and then got the side control, and then choked him via neck crank. All right, that's what happened. But I know that Luis suddenly just looked like shit. How bad is Tattoo Ivasa? Jose Montana gets it done. He gets the neck crank, I think. And yeah, pretty good, not good win, but pretty good showing by Jose Montana. Louis Sutherland is shit. He's nothing without PEDs, and yeah, good for him. Dierze Nergazay, I think I say it, versus Bruno Lopez. Another bad call by me. Let's see what happened in this fight. I kind of missed this one too. Nergazay was doing pretty good on the feet. He was kind of whooping Bruno Lopez, and then Nergazay was able to land an overhand left, and then basically just swarmed Bruno Lopez with punches. And then, what is it? Nergazay gets a takedown. He puts an uppercut and then drops him again with the left hook. And then that was enough for Hatley to wave it off. That's about it. I read that from the Sherdog thing because I did not see this fight at all. Thanks to Sherdog. But yeah, dude, Dia Nergazay got it done. I thought he was going to lose. I thought he was going to get choked out by Bruno Lopez, to be honest. Nergazay's got that take, but from what I saw, it didn't look like it messed him up. But yeah, dude. Against any good grappler, I think he's kind of fucked. But there, Nergazay lives to get another UFC fight. But good for him. Steven Asplin versus Guilherme Pat. This is kind of a back and forth, I'm gonna be honest. A lot of cage wrestling, pushing against the cage. Herb Dean, I think, officiated this fight. He ended up kind of breaking them apart a lot. But yeah, these guys were getting tired in the later rounds. Steven Asplin, I think, dropped Guilherme Pat with what did he land? With a right cross in the first round. But then Guilherme Pat was able to land. I think he was able to knock down Steven Asplin in the second round. With yeah, I kind of forgot, but he landed something on Asplin in the second round. I thought it was 1-1, but ultimately Oh yeah, it was around 1-1, huh? Unanimous decision, huh? It was 29, 28, 29, 20. Okay, never mind. It was 1-1 then. First round, Steven Asplan, second round, Gilmer Pat, but ultimately ended up being a third round for Steven Asplan on the feet, dude. Asplan looked pretty good. He's a bit blobbish. Gilmer Pat looks like he's on the juice, but he didn't do too bad. Steven Asplan gets it done though. Unanimous decision. Asplan, dude. Piggy, blobby weight, our blobby weight king, man. Blobby weight king, man. People forget, man. Billy Ray Golf versus Ty Miller. All right, now this one might have a bit of controversy. DC was complaining that Billy Ray Golf's corner did not throw in the towel by the end of the second round, and to be fair, yeah, it was looking really bad for Billy Ray Golf. Ty Miller was putting that mustard on Billy Ray Golf. He was beating his ass by the end of the second round. His boxing looked pretty slick, as you can see. Total strikes by Ty Miller. I'm burping a lot. 163 landed, or total strikes. I guess total strikes, right? Significant strikes 133. Head 121. Body 11. Legs 1. Control time. I think Billy Ray Golf had more. Billy Ray Golf was trying to get it on the ground in the first round. Ty Miller was able to defend the takedowns against the cage. And Billy Ray Golf ultimately got kind of gassed out, dude. He was getting outclassed on the feet. And ultimately, Ty Miller got him out of there in the beginning of the third round. It was like 15 seconds in. Ty Miller landed, what did he land? He landed an uppercut. Got some hooks in. And then a sharp jab from Ty Miller, landed some strikes, and then Golf just covered up. Yeah, that's basically what happened. Billy Ray Golf, man. Yeah, I do think his team should have thrown in the towel, dude. He was getting his ass whooped. DC was not overreacting. I do think they could have saved him from more damage, right? They just sent him out to die in that third round, and Ty Miller just, he knew he just needed to put a bit more mustard and pepper on that. And yeah, Billy Ray Golf was done for. He was done for. Ty Miller gets it done third round. Pretty good boxing. What is it? Is this still welterweight? I don't even know. I think this is lightweight, right? Yeah, lightweight, I think. But yeah, dude, good for Ty Miller. He looks like a pretty good prospect. He's young, and give him another can. I say not a can, but someone a bit above Ray Golf level, right? But next up, Mano Lemos, Alexa Naira. Again, I did not see this fight. I was out and about. But from this, what is he? Let me see. I would just go off this. Total strikes landed. Alexis Tainera obviously had better, was better on the feet. Significant strikes, Alexis Tainera. Head, Tainera. Body, Tainera. Legs, Tainera. Control, Tainera. Dude, it looked like she kind of just dominated Amanda Lemos. I heard that Lemos was able to get some good shots on her. Let me see. Yeah, a lot of clinching it seems. I think Lemos was able to get her with an overhand right. And then follows with another. Tainera was wobbling. Alright. But was able to get back in the clinch. And yeah, I think that's about it. I don't really care. I'm gonna be honest. But good for Alexis Tainera. She's 15-1. Give her someone above in the rankings that's above Amanda Lemos. Yeah, I did not see this fight whatsoever. I read that shit from Sir Dog. All right, Darren Elkins, brother of the series. Yeah, they're the Valet. I also kind of did not see this fight, but I saw the finish, and yeah, dude. Yeah, they're the Valet. Basically, just kind of fucked up Darren Elkins, dude. Like in the first round, it was in what? It was against let me see. It was just 35 seconds in? Really? That's it? Huh. Well, yeah, dude, Darren Elkins is old. I feel like everybody kind of saw this. I thought Yether the Valley was going to take him down and get the neck for like a rear naked choke. But I guess he saw no danger in Darren Elkins. Old man Darren Elkins. He knew Unk didn't have it. And he's more of a Gramps right now. And yeah, dude, Yether the Valley just fucking unloaded on Darren Elkins and got him out of there. Took him off his feet. I saw the knockout. He knocked his ass out. Took him off. Elkins was out of his element in this fight, and yeah, the Valley gets it done. Nothing to see here. Moiter, the matchmaker, should be arrested. But Diego Ferreira versus Bailey Quarantillo. Diego Ferreira, Billy Quarantillo. Yeah, this fight, I saw this one. But Diego Ferreira, Billy Quarantillo, it looked like Quarantillo, it looked like he was kind of doing better. He was landing weight. He was throwing more, I think. But his shots did not look effective at all against Diego Ferreira up until like the third round. But that was because Diego Ferreira was getting kind of tired. But it looked like Diego Ferreira was throwing a lot of 1-2s that were hurting Billy Quarantillo. They looked really stiff. They were really stiff 1-2s. And he hurt Billy Quarantillo more than Billy Quarantillo hurt Diego Ferreira. I feel like maybe if, Billy was able to, push the gas pedal in the end of the third round, he could have maybe got him out of there. But he just does not have any steam in his punches. Diego Ferreira landed total 124 strikes. Significant strikes were 116. Head was 94. Body 20. Legs, Quarantillo had more on that. Control on the side of Diego Ferreira. There was a bit of grappling in there. Takedowns, Ferreira landed 4 out of 9. Billy only 1 out of 3. No sub attempts. But yeah, dude, Quarantillo does not have any striking defense, dude. He was just kind of throwing wild hooks, hoping that it would land. Diego Ferreira looked like he had a bit more technique. Again, he was landing his 1-2s, sharp 1-2s that hurt Billy Quarantillo. Quarantillo wasn't really wobbled, but it just, I don't know, man. It looked like he didn't. It just looked like he looked terrible, man. I'm gonna be honest. He looked terrible against Diego Ferreira, who's like 42 years old. And yeah, dude, good for Diego Ferreira, dude. Unk still got it. Billy Quarantillo, sucks for him, but yeah, dude. Yeah, that's about it. Diego gets it done. 30-27, 30-27, 32-7 across the board. Good for him. And now, finally, Mateus the Gamer Gamrot versus Quillen Salkilld, dude. Ultimate domination by Quillen, my boy Salkilld, dude. Holy shit. I knew he was good at grappling, dude. I knew he was good at grappling. People forget, man. He actually a grappler, dude. I think he was a grappler first. I don't remember. But, dude, he's got good grappling. I just didn't think it was this good to dominate Gamrot like that. Yeah, dude, Quillen was able to land a good shot against Mateus Gamrot on the feet. It hurt Gamrot. Gamrot was looking a little bit phased there, I ain't gonna lie. And then he went for a takedown. I think he tried to go for a takedown. But let me see here. Yeah, Salkilld got him with a jab. Gamrot was hurt. Dives for a single leg. But Salkilld was able to stay upright. Gamrot, oh yeah, okay. So this is where it gets tricky. Gamrot was able to, once it was on the ground, I think Quillen Salkilld was able to scramble on top. But then Gamrot rolled for the leg and tried to get a leg lock or something like a heel hook. I don't know what it was, but it was like a leg lock. And it looked like it was kind of in, I ain't gonna lie. Mateus Gamrot was kind of cracking that shit, and Salkilld did look like, he was a bit worried. But we already know, man, leg locks do not work in high-level competition in MMA. It only works in low-level, especially not in the lightweight division. But Salkilld was able to get out of there. And then he was able to, land more jabs. And then he actually landed a pretty good takedown when he was striking against Gamrot. He was able to change levels really quick. Got a takedown on Gamrot. Got the back. Was able to get the body triangle. Gamrot almost shook him off. But Salkilld was able to stay attached. And then Salkilld was going for the neck. You could tell he was going for the neck. And it seemed like Gamrot was just putting it on a platter for him. Dude, Quillen Salkilld got the rear naked. And it was really quick, dude. This was really impressive by Quillen Salkilld, dude. No one really does that to Gamrot. Not even Charles Oliveira, who was able to, get it done against Gamrot. But that was the last time that we've seen kind of Gamrot be like, kind of fucked with, right? Other than Oliveira, who else kind of did that? And people forget, man. He beat Armin Saryukin in a grappling match, and I know a lot of people thought that Armin won that one, but I do think it was kind of a, I do think it was a 50-50 fight, and I think it could have gone any way. But dude, this is very impressive, and he dominated from the beginning of the fight to the end of it, dude. He beat him everywhere on the striking and on the ground, dude. I did not expect that from Quillen Salkilld. I knew he was good at grappling. I just didn't know how good he was. But yeah, dude. People forget, man. No one knocks out Anshul Jabli in the first round like that in the first like 3 seconds, dude. People forget, man. Anshul Jabli, he's a champ in the ranking. We were waiting for his return, but yeah, dude. Great win by Quillen Salkilld. Feel bad for my boy the gamer, but yeah, dude. Finally we get a new lightweight contender, dude. I say give him Max Holloway, dude. I say give him Max Holloway. Max Holloway did say that he wanted to wait for Conor McGregor, but Conor McGregor is gonna take like a year and a half probably to recover. And I think the fight between Salkilld and Max Holloway is gonna be a barn burner. I do think Quillen Salkilld will probably be able to get the best of Max Holloway, and I do think he's probably gonna grapple Max Holloway. The way Max Holloway was dominated Oliveira, you'd think Quillen Salkilld would probably go that route. He probably will, test out the waters on a striking. And I do think Salkilld might be better than Holloway on the feet, dude. I know, crazy take, but I do think Quillen Salkilld dominates him on the ground and gets the rear naked. But yeah, dude, get that fight done, or if Usman Nurmagomedov gets signed, give him Nurmagomedov, dude. I do not think Usman deserves an immediate title shot against Justin Gaethje. I actually do think he beats Gaethje, but I think Quillen Salkilld is gonna be the next champ, man. After Gaethje's gone or whoever beats him, I think Quillen is a dangerous guy for anyone in this division, and I think he knocks the brakes off Usman, dude. So give him Usman or give him Max. Probably Max though, probably Max. But if he beats Max, and I do think he beats him, give him. I don't know who's gonna be the champ by then. Maybe Armin Saryukin or maybe Charles Oliveira. But yeah, whoever's the champ, dude, I think Salkilld takes it, dude. He's fucking good, dude. The only thing I do want to question is maybe his gas tank. He did finish Mateus in the first round, and we still don't know about that gas tank. How he'll deal with a 4-round, 3-round, 5-round war, kind of like the one that what was his name? Top Tour was in. Can he handle getting whooped, being the nail? Not always being the hammer, but can he handle being the nail at times? But we'll see, dude. He does cut a lot of weight. He's huge. He's absolutely huge for the division. 6 feet tall. He's got a 75-inch reach, I think. But yeah, dude, this guy is huge. This guy's huge. He looked way bigger than a Gamrot. But yeah, this guy's a problem. This guy's a problem, and I can't wait to see him get the championship belt. But other than that, great card, dude. Great card. I actually really like this card way more than what was it? Way more than last week's card. Mostly because I felt like we saw more high competition level. But yeah, dude, great card. Dana White Contender Series is on Tuesday. I might make a video on that. Some predictions. And the UFC Makachev versus Machado 330 is this coming week. Shut up. But yeah, dude, that fight card's not looking that good, if I'm gonna be honest. Only the main event is looking pretty good. Nothing else is catching my eye. Maybe Maktek Erlbai, the caveman, is making his return. Jalen Turner, we're seeing him. Joel Alvarez, some cool names, but not really good. Some good bouts, if I'm gonna be honest. Charles Johnson, that what if Unk that could be champion, beating all the contenders. But yeah, dude, great main event, shitty undercard. But yeah, dude, that's about it. And yeah, see ya.